If you'd like to see more of our videos, hit the subscribe button to stay on top of the market news. Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CM Trading. Today is July 3rd, 2020, and today is Friday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, oil hits above $40 a barrel as the markets continue to trade with volatility, really due to some of the after effects of NFP and some of the misdirection in the markets. But first, let's take a look at the various markets. So there's no major economic events scheduled for today, but I do want to bring to your attention that today is Independence Day Eve, okay? So it's July 3rd. Tomorrow is July 4th, which is Independence Day. So the stock markets in holiday mode are closed today. So you can't trade the stocks today, but some of the futures you can trade today, and they will be affected with a shorter trading day. So you do want to know that that's coming out. This effectively will mean that there'll be less volatility in markets across the board. Now, looking at the Forex symbols, British pound tapers off, while the South African rand actually strengthens versus the USD. We called that out earlier this week. Now, looking at the indices, Dow Jones sees volatility due to NFP. A lot of misdirection in the market right now. Tesla actually came out with relatively good reports about its sales on cars. So a lot of misdirection, okay? The Dow Jones actually had a very volatile day yesterday. We're going to take a look at that in just a second. And looking at the commodities, gold is steady while oil trades higher. And lastly, looking at the stocks, the FANG stocks booked their profits and sell off yesterday. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So we're going to take a look here at a 1 hour chart of the Euro USD. As you can see down here, we're trading in a really tight range. 112.83ish on the top range to 112.35. That's a 50 pip range. Very, very tight, okay? Looking at the GBP USD, as that is the more volatile currency versus the US dollar, we see it also retrace just a little bit. Not major retracement, but a decent retracement from that resistance-ish level, okay? So this was all posed right before the NFP, and beautifully this was set up just correlating this NFP report and then selling off here. So from 125.21 down to 124.65. So a little bit of more volatility there in the sell-off. Now looking at gold, okay, we're steady at 1774, which shows that this is still pretty strong, okay? It's reluctant to go down. And so unless there's some catalyst to force it down, I think we're going to go higher, okay? We might not go out on a daily basis, but at a certain point, we're going to break out. So you want to keep this on your radar. Now, I don't think it's going to happen today because today's going to be a much lighter trading day due to the holiday tomorrow. Now, looking at oil, trading at $40.14 above that $39 range, okay? So we finally broke above it. Now, this is significant. The $40 range is actually a psychological number, and if we can sustain it, we could possibly go up to $45. Now, there's the easing of the lockdowns and the counter easing of the lockdowns, okay? We're in a very, very confused state right now. Now, looking at the ZAR, which I skipped before, okay, this I did mention earlier this week that this would possibly be a really great trade. We hit that trend line. We committed to it. We didn't break above it. And sure enough, we sold off down to 16.95. Not a big move, but a decent move, okay? Especially since we're trading in a tighter range. Now, looking at a daily, we are at that bottom range, okay, of this pullback. Okay, so if it does break this 16.95, we could see it further pull back down to the 16.45-ish level where we hit before. So this could be a turning point for the rand versus the US dollar. Now, jumping into the Dow Jones, this is really very interesting because yesterday we had some tremendous volatility, and this was really due to the fact that the NFP report actually came out positive. Okay, there were more jobs than were expected that were opened up in June. And so the markets rallied to 26,004 and then took an about face and sold off. So we're trading just above that par value at 25,749. Okay, and we're still trading this morning. I do expect very light volatility, okay, especially since we're going to the heart of the summer. July is really the heart of the summer. So nothing is really jumping out at us right now. Okay, we may see just a further sell-off just a little bit, but nothing to really write home about. Now, jumping into the NASDAQ, it was very strong yesterday, above to 10,414, and this is all-time highs once again. Okay, I did even mention it in the highlights of the day because it's happening on a daily basis almost. What is significant is some of the stocks actually sold off. So looking at them right now, we saw Microsoft sell off quite aggressively from hitting a high of 207.5-ish down to 205. And so that's significant. This is profit taking. And means that people are taking some money off the table. Okay, I do expect further correction, and you should use this 203 as a support level, okay, for Monday. Okay, and looking at Apple just as a recap, trading at 363 but close to its all-time highs, even though it's closing a number of its stores due to the outbreak of the coronavirus in the southern belt of the United States, mostly Florida, Texas, California. So this is not affecting the price, okay? So it's very interesting. These stores are mostly flagships. That's not where they sell most of their Apple items, either iPhones or tablets or whatever you have, okay? So it's really almost insignificant that they're shutting down these stores due to the coronavirus. So, most of the people are purchasing their products, their Apple products online. So, the stock is still very strong and really reflecting on that. Now, what is important is that JP Morgan traded below that $93, okay? Hasn't broken out, but showing some weakness, okay? So this is really the one that has been the weakest one, and this is a New York Stock Exchange stock, and that makes sense because it's really the high tech that was taking us higher altogether. So something to consider for next Monday if we do start floating and start trickling down. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day and a beautiful weekend. Thank you.